Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 107 of my little wrestling recap show, where once a week, sometimes twice a week, I go through all of the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the recap, let you know what's going on storyline-wise with both of the companies, talk about all the matches, and at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, awarding my 3 favorite matches that I witnessed with my eyeballs. And we're doing a special episode today wherein there is a big old pay-per-view. I will do a separate review for that. And today we are reviewing the big one of the big 4 of the WWE. It is the 2024 Royal Rumble, baby. We are in Florida for this one, in front of over 40,000 people, they said, and we are kicking this show off with Pat McAfee, who is joining commentary. Michael Cole damn near faints because he is so damn excited. I don't know if anyone in the world is a bigger fanboy of Pat McAfee than Michael Cole. Michael Cole loves Pat McAfee so damn much. His life is not complete when Pat McAfee is not around him, so this is good. This is very good for Michael Cole. Never been a Michael Cole guy. He's just kind of been there. Heel Michael Cole is one of the worst things that has ever happened to us. But Michael Cole with Pat McAfee, one of the better things that Michael Cole has ever done. So there you go. We got Pat McAfee. He's excited. I'm excited. You excited? Let's get into it. The first match of the show is the 30 Women Royal Rumble match. Let's get into it. Number 1 is Natalya, and number 2 is a big one, y'all. It is the returning Naomi. Oh my goodness. So Naomi walked out of the company with Sasha Banks 2 years ago now. It was a while back. Walked out of the company. They were holding the women's tag team championships at the time, and they both walk out. Sasha Banks goes on to New Japan, and don't really know what's been going on with her. I have not been able to keep up with her very much, but Naomi, on the other hand, she went off to Impact Wrestling, now TNA Wrestling. She was the champion. She was a big deal over there. I saw her live in Toronto. She was awesome. Trinity was an awesome member of Impact. I know it's going to be a big blow for them to lose her, but back in the WWE, man, oh man, that was a huge surprise for me. When her music hit, I was looking at my wife hold on a minute, I know that song, and then she came out and it just hit us holy fuck. So Naomi coming out at number 2. Crowd is going nuts. I'm going nuts. It's awesome. So we're starting off with those 2, and here we go. So I'm not going to go through every single entrant and elimination. We're just going to kind of go through the Cole's notes, but there's a lot of them. So let's go. Candice LeRae hits a backstabber, landing onto Natalya. Thought that was pretty cool. And here's another big surprise, y'all. Number 5 is the TNA Women's Champion, Jordynne Grace. Holy shit. Again, I heard this music, I was like, what the fuck? Am I watching the right program right now? We got TNA, and they said TNA. She comes out wearing the championship belt. Whoa, dude, I did not see that one coming. And on it, Jordynne Grace, big girl, very, very powerful. And when I saw her in the WWE ring, I looked over at my wife. I'm like, she doesn't look that big in the WWE ring, but she looks right, man. Jordynne Grace looks like a WWE superstar. She looks so good in that ring. And yeah, what another huge surprise right here early off. We got Asuka. She enters at number 7 to Bayley's surprise. Bayley, she is in there. She thought she was the only member of Damage Control in the Rumble, but there's Asuka. So Bayley eliminates Hartwell. That is the first woman out of the Royal Rumble. And here comes Bianca Belair. She enters at number 10, and she is on fire, slamming everyone, hitting a splash on 3 women at the same time. That was pretty wicked. And now we got 3 members of Damage Control are in the ring together. We got Kairi Sane, Asuka, and Bayley all together. But then Sane and Asuka are eliminated back to back, leaving Bayley all by herself. Oh no! Belair hits Jordynne Grace with a KOD on the apron, eliminating her. That was awesome. Thumbs up for that elimination. We got Piper Niven. She enters, catching her friend Chelsea Green, saving her from elimination on the way down. That was a great little spot. And here comes Nia Jax, the big powerhouse. She enters at number 19, and she goes on an elimination spree. And during that moment, poor Chelsea Green is squished in between Piper and Nia Jax, who are fighting each other. Poor Chelsea caught in the middle of it. So funny. That was awesome. Thumbs up for that moment. Nia Jax gets ganged up on, but she powers out of all of the women, including Piper, and Piper is eliminated by Nia Jax. That was just a very powerful moment. Like it would be like a kind of a normal thing with just the women, but having Piper in there as well, that's very like Piper is big and powerful herself. We got Becky Lynch, the powerhouse. She enters at 21. She slows down Nia's path of destruction. Zoe and Shayna Baszler, they team up, eliminating Selena Vega together, dropping her over the rope onto Alba Fire. That looked painful. We got Nia Jax goes on her second elimination spree, but here comes Jade Cargill making her in-ring debut at number 28. She gets a huge pop, and then she lifts up Nia Jax and eliminates her. Huge elimination. Here comes number 30. It's the returning Liv Morgan, who comes out to kind of a, okay, kind of cheer, but all right. Cargill throws out Becky Lynch and Naomi back-to-back. Naomi was in there for a long time. Here comes Tiffany Stratton. She's hanging on for dear life, using Bianca's ponytail. That would hurt. Bayley kicks them both out, and we got the final three is Jade Cargill, Liv Morgan, and Bayley. All three women fighting on the apron. Liv Morgan hits Oblivion on Cargill. Cargill is eliminated, and Bayley pushes off Liv. Bayley is the winner of the Women's 2024 Royal Rumble, baby. Oh, fuck yeah. And a little humble plug right there. I predicted that one correctly. I really had no idea who I was picking for the Rumble, and then Bayley's name came to my head. It all made so much sense to be her, and there it is. They went with Bayley. It feels so right. I mean, one of the OGs of the women's revolution, one of the big one, right? So really nice to see her getting her moment right here, and I hope she gets it done at Mania. It's going to be interesting to see who she's going to pick. That's for sure. But yeah, kicking off this Royal Rumble with Naomi, that was just fantastic. And she had a great run lasting over an hour. That's awesome. Bayley had a really good run as well. She was also, I think she was number 3, and she lasted a really long time as well, 63 minutes I think it was. I really liked the performance of Nia Jax and Piper Niven. That was great. Also, a little shout out to Chelsea Green adding in a good amount of comedy in there. That was really nice to see. No big legendary women appearances. I was really, really hoping for a Trish Stratus. I am missing my girl Trish. Seeing Jordynne Grace, though, that was insane for me. That was so wild. Her coming out with the championship and everything. Commentary was saying TNA multiple times, so is there a working relationship there? I have no idea. I would not be shocked to see Jordynne Grace in a WWE ring sooner rather than later. And then you got Jade Cargill. Her debut in the Rumble, I thought that was awesome. Really came to me about halfway through the Rumble. I'm like, oh, fuck. This is going to be where Jade Cargill comes out. And I was one pick off. I think I had her at 27. She came out at 28. But that was really fucking awesome. She made a pretty big impact. She did struggle to pick up Nia. There was a little bit of a struggle to get her up, but she got it done. A few slip-ups here and there, like I said, but still a great, enjoyable Rumble overall. 8 out of 10. Now we move on. It is the Universal Championship match, Fatal 4-Way. Surprised they're going with this one next, but here we go. Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman defending against Randy Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles. LA Knight, hits Roman with the BFT. The pinfall is broken up accidentally by AJ Styles. Roman hit with a Styles clash. LA Knight there to break up the pinfall. Orton going on an RKO spree, but Solo Sikoa stops the pinfall. Samoan Spike to Randy Orton and LA Knight. but Solo misses Styles, blasting himself through the barricade. Whoopsie daisy. AJ Styles hits a phenomenal forearm on Roman. We got a near fall. Roman counters a BFT, pushing Knight into Styles. Reigns hits AJ with a spear, pins, and retains. Roman successfully defends in his first Fatal 4-Way as the champion. And Roman, he took a lot of punishment. I thought Roman was selling in this match really, really well. The Solo Sikoa interference, yes, was annoying, but overall, I felt the Bloodline interference was pretty minimal. It didn't ruin the match. We all knew it was going to be in there. That's just how it's going to be, but it didn't ruin the match. Orton, AJ, and Knight all getting close. They each had a moment where it was they got a nice close near fall. Looks like they could have won. But, coming into this one, I really had no feeling that Roman was going to lose this one. Just wasn't going to be in the cards for the other three. But, yes, I still thought it was better than expected. I still thought it was a pretty good match. 7 out of 10. Now we move to the other championship match. United States Championship match. Logan Paul defending against Kevin Owens. Logan Paul dives to the outside, lands hard on his arm. That looked really painful. Logan hits a buckshot lariat and a frog splash. Kevin Owens kicks out of that. Kevin Owens is hit with the knockout punch. He goes down, but he kicks out. And then some dude shows up. I'm guessing one of Logan Paul's friends or something. He's distracting the referee. Here comes Austin Theory. He runs down, passes Logan the brass knuckles. Paul swings but misses. Kevin Owens steals the knucks, cracks Paul in the face, pins, and no! United... Wait a second. No, the referee sees the brass knuckles on Kevin Owens' hand. Decision is reversed. Kevin Owens is disqualified. Logan Paul defends and retains the championship by default. The two greatest words in the English dictionary. But honestly, that was lame as fuck. Logan, though, he was taking a whooping in this match by Kevin. His chest was covered in handprints, so he was getting it for sure from Kevin. And Logan Paul doing better against Kevin, honestly, than I expected. He did take, like I said, he took a whipping. He came back. He kept getting up. The shenanigans finish was fine until they reversed that decision. I don't feel the chemistry at all between Logan and Kevin Owens. It's just not there. Like, I could just see it on Kevin. I don't think he wants to do this at all with Logan Paul. Not the best Logan Paul match. I felt Logan did fine. He wasn't bad. There wasn't, big mistakes or anything. It wasn't there. And the magic may be around Logan Paul now that he's had a few matches. We know what he's about. He's better than we expected, but maybe he's starting to become a little bit of a one-trick pony. We'll see, but it wasn't bad. Still not good. 6 out of 10. And yeah, I am devastated that Logan Paul is still the champion. I think it's bad for the company. Yes, I know you're getting that exposure with Logan Paul, but having champions in the WWE that don't defend the championship on a regular basis is becoming all too of the norm in this company. Roman Reigns defending every third, fourth month. Prior to that, Brock Lesnar defending once a year. That kind of shit doesn't fly. And so far with Logan Paul as the United States champion, it's not been bad or anything. It's just unnecessary. I think it's a bad idea. You shouldn't have Logan as a champion. You should have him coming in fighting fun opponents. And yeah, I don't like the idea of him being a champion. So we'll move on now to the main event of the show. It is the 30-man Royal Rumble match. Number 1 is Jey Uso, and number 2, you guessed it, it's Jimmy Uso. We got the Battle of the Brothers kicking off this Rumble. Neither of them like each other, so, it's not that big of a deal. It would have been a lot more fun if they actually liked each other, and then they had to fight each other, but, this just kind of felt like two bros going at it. They don't like each other, so, it was neat. It was fine. We got number 4 is the returning Andrade El Idolo. Kind of the worst kept secret that Andrade was going to be coming back to the WWE. His girlfriend, wife, whatever, Charlotte Flair is here. His run in AEW was not very good. It wasn't bad. It's just the hype around Andrade. He's just never really lived up to it over there in AEW. Lots of starts and stops over there. So hopefully Andrade can get back into his form that he was in NXT. I thought he was outstanding in NXT, so hopefully we get some of that. So Andrade's here. Number 5 is Carmelo Hayes. Makes the first elimination of the Royal Rumble match, throwing out Grayson Waller. We got Carlito enters at number 9, pulls out the apple from his trunks, grabs the apple, and spits it in Escobar's face. That's not cool. AOP not in the match. They're distracting Bobby Lashley. Karrion Kross already eliminated, but he takes Bobby Lashley with him. Number 15, here comes Cody Rhodes. He eliminates Austin Theory, hits Shinsuke with a crossroads, eliminating him as well. And here comes Braun Breaker. He enters at number 20, and he is an absolute house of fire. He eliminates Jimmy Uso and Finn Balor. Spears Ivar in midair. I mean, holy shit, that was awesome. Thumbs up for that. Pat McAfee enters the Royal Rumble. He ponders his decision because he is staring at Braun Breaker and a returning Almost who has entered the Rumble. He decides, I'm just going to eliminate myself. So there you go. Easy come, easy go for Pat McAfee. R-Truth makes his entrance at number 24. Thinks it's a tag team match. Tries to tag himself in with Dom. Truth gets that hot tag from Dom, and he goes on a hot tag on Gunther. Fucking hilarious. Thumbs up. Here comes entrant favorite CM Punk. He comes in at number 27, followed by Drew McIntyre at 29, and number 30 is the returning Sami Zayn. So they saved a lot of the big hitters for kind of the final 5 guys. So we get down to the final 4. It's Drew McIntyre, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk. Claymore spree by Drew. He gets a little bit too focused on the trash talking to CM Punk, and he ends up getting eliminated. Rhodes able to pull Gunther over the ropes. Gunther gets eliminated, and we're down to the final 2. The favorites coming in, it is CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Crossroads, Cody tries to throw Punk over, but it is countered into a GTS. Punk goes for another GTS, but Cody counters, throws Punk over, and Cody Rhodes wins back-to-back Royal Rumbles. Whoa. Good opening with this Rumble, also having the Usos starting. I prefer the women's beginning more so. Andrade back in the WWE, like I said, kind of the worst kept secret, but it is still nice to have him back into the fold. Braun Breaker, that is my MVP. That dude was awesome, just going on an absolute tear. So much fun to watch him. R-Truth, my comedy MVP of the Rumble. Fucking hilarious moment trying to hot tag himself in. That was awesome. Thank you, Dom, for playing along with that. Cody and CM Punk were the predictable favorites. I will say that did take away quite a bit from my personal enjoyment of this Rumble. I really felt nobody had a chance other than Cody or CM Punk. And yeah, it really did just kind of feel like that. I didn't notice any real memorable eliminations. There weren't any big, no special entrance. There wasn't... I don't know, names, some of the big ones I was hoping maybe to get an appearance, like a Will Ospreay, Okada. I know I was shooting for the moon with those kind of names, but nobody, not even a fun legend appearance or something like that. I thought maybe they could have done something with Hogan, since they've been kind of promoting him a lot, and they're in Tampa where he lives, or Florida, whatever the fuck. So maybe have Hogan come out, anything like that. It did not have any of that in this Rumble. It felt very, very safe. And it felt like we were just we got exactly what we were expecting out of this one. Cody and Punk decide between those two guys. I would have loved to see Drew McIntyre steal this one, but just wasn't in the cards, even though I think he is probably the best performer in WWE right now. But it is what it is. I thought it was a solid Rumble overall. Going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. And that is the end of the show. No cash-ins from Damian. Nothing like that. That's the end of the show. I thought it was a solid, I'm going to say the thing, PLE, the what is that fucking called? The something live event, premium live event. I thought it was solid. The Women's Rumble, that was my favorite match on the card by far. Maybe because it went on first and we get that, I'm very excited for the Rumble. It's one of my favorite pay-per-views, so maybe it had that going for it. The person that I selected to win actually won, so that definitely added into my enjoyment of the Women's Rumble, but it also had better moments. It had better returns. Fucking Jordan Grace was in there. That was insane. Like, I thought if Jordan Grace was going to be there, surprised me, like a Moose. Moose didn't show up in the Men's Rumble. That would have been really cool to see that guy in there. Stuff like that. So I thought the Women's Rumble was very, very well done. And then the rest of the show was just kind of went downhill from there. So again, maybe you should just put the one that is going to be better on last. Like, they've been doing this a lot where, like, the first match is the best one and, like, no one is able to catch up to it, and it takes away from the show. It kind of drags the show out. But women killed it. That was great. Fatal 4-Way match was better than I expected. Not, like, a lot better. It was still pretty damn standard to what I was expecting. Roman was going to win. There was going to be shenanigans. Roman's probably going to hit one fucking spear, and that's going to be it. But I thought Roman was selling really well. I thought his performance was there, considering he's never around to perform. I thought he did well there. Everyone had a good moment in the match to shine. I thought it was a well done match. United States Championship, I'm not into the Logan Paul thing, so yeah, that match didn't do a lot for me. Having Kevin Owens lose the way he did at least protects him a little bit. I just don't like it. I don't like what it's going to do for the actual WWE superstars. Logan Paul is going to leave at some point, and then you're going to have, guys with the reputation of losing to Logan Paul and stuff like that. So, not liking the Logan Paul stuff. And then the Men's Royal Rumble was just kind of safe, predictable. We knew it was going to be between Punk and Cody Rhodes. That's just how it was going to be. That's just how it is set up. And I also kind of thought maybe they could have brought The Rock in for that Rumble if they wanted to have a surprise, have Rock win it. Rock wins the Rumble, and then bam, you got Rock Roman set for Mania. And then you can have like Punk and Rhodes fight it out, and then maybe lead into a triple threat match for Seth Rollins or something like that. But we'll be talking about the fallout, obviously, of the Rumble on the next recap. I already watched Monday Night Raw, so it's very interesting. The directions they're looking to be going with so far, so that'll be interesting to talk about. But overall, I thought the show was pretty good. A little bit of a letdown, like it's the Royal Rumble. I love it. I get very excited. This is the kickoff for the road to WrestleMania, and a lot of big things get set up at this show. And, I was a little bit let down. Going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, both the Rumbles are still worth watching. Of course, the Royal Rumbles. I think even bad Rumbles are still worth watching. Every Rumble's a lot of fun, at least in my opinion. So you can't go wrong with watching the Rumbles, but the stuff in the middle, the two title matches in there just didn't do a lot for me. I just didn't have anything behind them. There's no oomph behind those matches. Like, we all knew where the Fatal 4-Way was going. Roman's winning, and with the Logan Paul stuff, like, I've seen it all now, I think, with Logan Paul. So I've seen what he can do. I'm impressed, but I don't want him as a champion. It just doesn't work for me. But there we go. So there is the Royal Rumble pay-per-view review. Sorry it's a little bit later than I would have liked it, but let me know, what did you guys think of the Royal Rumble? How did you do on predictions? I think I went 2 for 4. I got the Women's Rumble right with Bayley. I got Roman winning the Fatal 4-Way correct. My heart said Kevin Owens, but I knew it was going to be Logan. And with the Men's Rumble, I think I picked CM Punk. But we'll find out on the next episode why maybe CM Punk didn't win the Rumble. We'll talk about that on the next episode. But we'll see where it goes. Regardless, Cody Rhodes, the first back-to-back winner of the Rumble since I think it was Stone Cold that did it in the late 90s. So pretty big deal. Honestly, I didn't even fucking remember that Cody won the Rumble last year. I rewatched last year's Rumble, and I was like, oh yeah, that fucking dude won it. That's awesome. But that's what happens when they don't pull the trigger on the big Rumble win. Cody didn't win it last year at the Rumble. Is he going to do it this year? They better fucking hope so, because I can't take another goddamn year of Roman Reigns part-time in this shit. So there you go. That's my review. 6.5 out of 10. Solid, but not great. Definitely not going to go down as the best Rumble, but it could be one of the better women's Royal Rumbles overall so far. I think this is only the 8th one they've had, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely, if you can only check out one Rumble, check out the women's Rumble. Definitely a good time, especially if you're a TNA fan. That was insane for me to see Jordynne Grace. That's so crazy. But yeah, there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for listening and or watching. Go follow along on Twitter if you'd like to. Link is in the description. I upload all of these to the YouTube channel, Gamer GX Videos. Link is also in the description. Subscribe over there. I'd love for y'all to drop some comments, questions, concerns over there. Send in questions related to video games, wrestling, hockey, podcasting, anything. Love to carve out some time and answer your questions live on the podcast. That'd be great. Email address, all that stuff. Just make sure you're reviewing, following along with the podcast. Really helps me out and all that great stuff. And we'll be back again with some more GX Plus Cast.